Hello and welcome to the iSolved HCM time tracking overview. The iSolved solution is a completely cloud-based solution and only requires internet and a web browser to be able to access. Today we're going to be viewing the iSolved time, which includes the ability for employees to clock in and clock out, view their time card, sign off on their time, and even request time off. Now, the timekeeping can be a standalone or it can be part of the comprehensive solution, which includes payroll, HR, benefits administration and enrollment, Affordable Care Act, reporting capabilities, and even onboarding. Now, I'm looking at a time card right now on the screen. This is for Ralph here in our example. The time card is color coded for easy viewing for the employee. In this example, I've got a week. Of course, we could have a week, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly time card. And the user can actually choose their preference as they're viewing, whether they wanted to view the entire period, a single week, or even down to the individual day. On the left side of the screen, I've got a 24-hour clock, and we'll show you a little bit about that here in just a moment. And then we've got the items here color coded on the screen. Green is a holiday. In this case, we've got Memorial Day. Blue indicates normal worked hours. This kind of light blue in the background is the employee's schedule. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but we could schedule an employee to work and track their attendance. The dark blue indicates a meal. Meals could, of course, be the employee clocks in, clocks out, or they might just have those automatically deducted based on how many hours they work. From there, I've got a red, which of course indicates an error. The system lets you define your own errors and the severity associated with those. This is a missing punch, which is a high severity error, and I'll show you in a moment how to fix that. Then these days here are vacation days. The employees requested time off and their supervisor has approved that, or maybe a user just added those in, and I'll show you how that's done here as well in a moment. So I can see the time as I work throughout the week. I do have the ability as an employee to clock in and clock out. So we're going to go ahead and switch users for a quick moment here. We're going to see an employee logging into the system. So now we're logged into the system as an employee. There's not a lot of difference here on the as we view it, but on the permission side there might be. For example, employees may not be able to fix things like a missed punch. They may not be able to just directly enter time off when they're taking time off. That's all decided by permission though. Some employees maybe could do certain things and others are restricted. That's going to be completely up to you. So the main thing here that we've got that is different is the employee as they log in on their menu bar has a time clock option up there at the top. They'll have two options here, quick punch and detailed punch. Quick punch, as I click that, that just clocks me in or out of work. So I click it and I'm done. And now over here it shows that I'm currently clocked into work. In this example, I have the system set to round to the nearest quarter hour. Everything tracks to the exact minute by default, but if we wanted it rounded, it could do that as well. And then from there, I've also got that detailed punch. Detailed punch lets me tell the system, yes, I'm clocking in or out of work, and here's what I'm doing. I'm working here today, or I'm working on a specific job, I'm changing locations, and I could indicate, for example, that I'm going to lunch, taking a break, or that I'm clocking in or out, or that I'm transferring. I'm moving from one job or location to another. So depending upon what you want the employee to do, they would either use the quick punch or the detailed, or possibly a combination of both. Now, from there, the employee can also request time off in the system. Time off request will bring up a little calendar. It's all color coded. Green's approved, blue's waiting for approval, and of course, if we had a red, that would be denied. I click request time off to ask for a day off. Selective type of time from the list. Now this list is of course completely configurable. I've got vacation, FMLA, PTO, sick time. I could have anything I'd like in there. As I select a type, it will determine how many hours I can request. PTO, for example, I've set it up so with predetermined numbers. Something like vacation, I left it just free form so they could key it in. So again, you would decide how that works. These types of times accrue, obviously, so it's going to show me how many hours I've got available once I use that time. And if I'm interested in attendance, I can indicate when I'm going to be gone. So if I were gone for a half day, for example, I could say I'm going to be gone for the first half of the day by putting in a start time of 8 a.m. When I hit save on a request, that sends a message to my supervisor, and my supervisor would then approve or deny the request. But it's part of what we call a workflow, so it could be anything. The employee, for example, requests the time off, maybe their manager approves, and maybe it goes to another user for a final approval. So that piece of the system is simply user defined. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch users again here. We're going to go back to the main user, and I'm going to show you how some of the approvals are done and how the missed punches are fixed. So I'm logged back into the system now as an administrator. Maybe this is a manager view. That's, of course, going to be up to you as well. If I wanted to fix this missed punch in the system, I just simply hit edit, come down here, click where I want to put the time. I can add either hours to the system or a simple punch. If I select a punch, I just put in the time, put in any information I want there. Maybe I add some notes and hit save. Once I've done that, I hit show results, and that'll pop up and total my hours up for me for that day. In this case, the employee's got an automatic lunch deduction occurring that day, so it's taking an hour lunch out, maybe after they've worked 6 or 7 hours or whatever I want that rule to be. For the time off requests, I'm going to go to the admin section here. Under the admin section, I can see all requests, the number of people requesting a specific day, how many have been approved, how many are outstanding, and of course, clicking on either of these records will bring up the employees and show me who's requesting the time. If I have pending requests, they'll show in this section here. I can go in and click on an individual request, and I'll have options to approve or reject that request, again, depending upon how I'm set up. So that's the administrative portion of requesting time. I could simply go into the employee absences and add time into the system as well. Now, at this point, we're collecting the time for the employees as part of the process. If we want, we can have the employee, their manager, or supervisor, whoever we'd like, go in and sign off on the timesheet so that we could have them sign off on the hours as well. Signing off on the time then, of course, makes it easier for the payroll person because they can go in and see what's been approved and what has not been approved prior to processing payroll. Now, I want to thank you for taking the time to view the demonstration today. This has just been a quick overview of the iSolved HCM time tracking solution. If you'd like a more detailed presentation, please contact your sales representative.